Welcome to the NickleCoder series on C++ programming. This video is video 1.0, where I will cover the Hello World program. You will need two things before you work through this video. The first is a C++ compiler that works for your system. You will need to look up which compilers work on your system and the basics on how to use them. The second thing you need is a simple text editor. I'm not talking about a word processor, as those include a lot of extra information in their file formats. Again, you should look up online which text editors your system supports. Alright, let's get cooking. The first line of code is a preprocessor directive. We type pound include and iostream inside of angle brackets. The next line is a using statement, using namespace std for standard. The first line looks a little crazy, but all it does is include a library in our code so that our program has access to the cout and cin objects for input and output. The using statement expands on the library by specifying the part of the library to use, and simply put, it makes our coding a little easier for the moment. Next, we create our first function. Every C++ program has a function called main, and that is where execution begins when you run a C++ program. To make our function, we type int followed by main and parentheses. I also like to put the beginning and ending brackets down on their own lines so I don't forget to close my function later. The main function returns an int data type, and again, you have to call this function main. Inside of main, we will write two lines of code. The first is cout with two less than signs in a row, and the coded string hello world/n. We cap it with a semicolon, which tells the compiler that this statement is finished. Don't forget the semicolon. There's the statement right there that it tells the compiler that it's finished. The next line is return 0 again, followed by semicolon. Now that's it for the program, but we need to compile it first, so let's open up our console. In my system, I can compile it by typing compile, followed by the file name. The file is a .cpp file, and this will give me a file called a.out, which I execute in a Unix-based system with /a.out. And there she goes. Notice that hello world is all that is printed. The /n was not printed. /n gives us a new line so that the prompt appears down here below. If we didn't do that, the prompt would appear on the same line as hello world. That's it for this tutorial. Feel free to use this code to figure out how compiling works with your computer. And also, you don't need the blue text because those are comments and the compiler ignores them. Good luck and happy coding.